that off.
Yeah, for listeners who don't know, Thurman's what, 6'4", 260?
Yeah, that time I think he was about 320.
Okay,
Yeah,
he played on the line for the Razorbacks, so he's a D1 football player. And so I'm thinking he's going to like do this whole, hey, what are you guys up to? What's going on? And we're going to go from there. And he didn't. Like, so,
he just brought it home.
Which was another lesson. I learned a lot of lessons in this fight. Like, the one lesson is, like you said, you never know what's going to happen. Like, shit hits the fan and stuff just happens. So he literally just goes, hey, stop right there. And here's another lesson I learned. Even a man that size can kick people in the face. He goes, stop right there. And he looks at the other dude and he goes, whap, and kicks him in the face, like immediately. And just drops the guy. And so then I'm left one-on-one. Like, it's not 2-on-1 anymore. He just dropped this guy with a kick in the head. So I just bum rushed him as hard as I could. All I'd done is like played sandlot football. I didn't know what to do. So I just rushed him as hard as I could. And he hit me so hard in the side of the face, like I saw blue flashes. I cannot believe, and I thought to myself, you're not unconscious, so just keep going, just keep charging. So I'm just hanging on, and he's just hitting me as hard as he can on the side, over and over on this side of the face. And blue streaks are just coming through my consciousness, and I'm just like, just climb on him, just try to tear his head off, try to do whatever, And then all I remember is he goes over to the dude who's on the ground and just starts walloping him, just beating him down. And I thought to myself, this was my next lesson. So there's a lot of people out there that think stuff like, and we learned this when people would say silly stuff like, well, if a guy tried to take me down, I'd just elbow him in the spine, right? And I remember seeing his spine there and thinking, should I elbow him in the spine? And then my brain, like, and of course you think really fast when you're in these scenarios, And then the thought was, well, they said anything goes, And so I was like, I guess I can elbow him in the spine. So I just take an elbow and I elbow him as hard as I can in the spine. And it did not do what I thought it was going to do. No. Like, he just like looks back at me and does that, and then just keeps walloping this dude. And I'm like, that didn't kill him. It didn't even affect him.
No, it's like a gnat. Yeah, there we go. I've done that. Yeah.
And then I just like started going as hard as I could, as many times as I could in his spine. And he's just walloping this dude. Then I see the guy's shoulder come out of socket, and that was the end of the match. Like they called it because the guy's shoulder came out of socket. And so then I'm gassed. Like I'm so gassed I can barely stand up. And that was like a huge lesson to me that a lot of stuff that people think is deadly. And I remember Richard talking about this all the time. There's plenty of things that people think they can do that they just can't do. No. Like if you want to be dangerous, you have to actually learn what is dangerous.
Yeah, you have to see it work.
And become dangerous.
Right, you got to drop somebody with it. Otherwise you're not going to know.
That's right.
Yeah, it was funny. I remember one time, it was really hilarious. I'll bring this up because it was funny. But, we had new guys show up. So we're going to spar, right? It was kind of just a basic spar. We're just going to spar, Yeah. It ain't a night where everybody spars. It's just Richard picks a couple guys and they spar. And these kids are sitting here on the floor. And me and Thurman went out. He calls me and Thurman out to spar, right? And everybody that's been there a while has got up and moved back. But not these guys, because they're new and they're just sitting on the floor watching.
They'll stay on the mat.
Yeah, they're gonna spar. These poor guys. You remember that? We collided, and it was like we both go up and then slam into them right on top of a couple of guys, man. And it was like we're rolled over, we're still fighting them, moving.
And we don't stop things when it goes off into things.
No, and those poor guys are like, you can hear them screaming. It's like they got hit by a car. It was good stuff, really good stuff. Yeah, people used to. I love it when you guys spar. I'm just gonna step back and listen to the sound.
It's like two bulls just running.
The sounds of the punches, man. Is why everybody's like, man, you can just hear it banging away. Like, yeah, it was good times.
It was like I remember my brother. Elisha fought a guy that the guy like ran at him, and this guy was a martial artist who was known for like having a really hard sidekick. And this is another one where people think they have these deadly moves.
That's I'll tell you after this. I don't remember his name. I was trying to think of it. That was my first sparring match was with that guy.
Okay, so this dude runs at my brother and just unleashes his like sidekick that he thinks is just going to murder him. And my brother just takes it like this, like you were saying, just knowing how to block. Just takes it, grabs the dude, throws him on the ground, pins both of his hands down and just starts headbutting him. That's another thing that we allow.
Oh, yeah.
We allow
Yeah.
headbutts.
You could headbutt.
And just starts headbutting him in the face. And I just see blood come spewing out, and I hear the guy just going, and Richard called it like that. Like, I guess that's a tap.
Yeah.
And
Close enough for a tap, right?
Close enough. That's
Yeah,
I
a
guess that's
blood-curdling scream
uncle.
will work.
And again, just like the guys are thinking these sparring matches are just going to be like tit for tat, you know, and it's like, no. Or they're thinking like a move that they're used to hitting a heavy bag with is just going to make somebody die. That doesn't make
No.
somebody die, you know.
Right.
However, being pinned to the ground and having numerous headbutts slammed
Oh,
into the
gee,
face
there's
tends
nothing
to
as
stop the
beautiful
fight.
as that, man. I mean, it'll wake you up to a point of reality that you really didn't know existed.